Hi, Chuck Hawley from West Marine. You know, West Marine's been a great proponent of Epirb and PLB technology since the 406 Epirbs were introduced back in the early 1990s. And one of the companies that has been at the foremost leader in technology is ACR out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, this is one of their newest models. This is the Satellite3 406 megahertz. In this case, it's a Category 2 Epirb. There's a whole lot to say about this, so we'll try to be brief. First of all, as you know, Epirbs transmit a coded message to satellites that orbit overhead. It's an unmistakable message, and that message says, you're in trouble. So when you use an Epirb, it's sort of like the same thing as a mayday, saying that you've got a dramatic problem where, you know, either your vessel's going to sink or somebody's going to be severely injured. So how would you operate this in real life? Well, the first thing you have to know is you have to remove Epirbs from their bracket, because on the back side of the bracket is a little magnet. That magnet keeps the Epirb from going off accidentally. The second thing is, a lot of people ask, well, what happens if I throw it in the water or it gets wet, but I haven't turned it on manually? Well, while it has a switch on top, you actually don't even have to turn on the switch. All you have to do is get these screws on the bottom of the case wet as it's floating in the water, and it will turn on automatically. So it's automatic as long as it's out of the bracket and it's in the water. And if you want to, you can activate it manually just by flipping this switch. Incidentally, when you flip this switch, it will go through a self-test feature, makes a little beeping sound, and also flashes its strobe light several times to tell you that it's okay, and the instructions for interpreting those beeps are actually on the case of the Epirb. Now, this is not a GPS-enabled Epirb. Some Epirbs actually have a built-in GPS receiver which will transmit your exact latitude and longitude to geostationary satellites. In this case, the satellites will actually calculate your position, but it can take as much as an hour for a satellite to come overhead. So that's just one of the decisions you have to make. One advantage of using the Satellite3 is that you can get an optional cable which will take the NMEA sentences from your GPS or other navigational receiver and insert them into the memory of the Epirb. The way that works is you have the cable going off to a GPS, and every few minutes it will update the vessel's latitude and longitude. Then, when you turn on the Epirb, it will automatically know where you are and start to transmit your precise location right from the very first transmission. This particular model is a Category 2 bracket. Category 2s don't release automatically. That costs $750. You can also get it with a Category 1 float-free bracket, where you'd mount the Epirb on the deck of a boat or on your pilot house. In that case, it costs $850. A new feature from ACR is the ability to send an I'm OK message. Now, this allows you to send a non-emergency message that has your latitude and longitude, and that can be sent then to email addresses so that people know that you're okay when you're at sea. This is a really compact model. It transmits for 48 hours at minus 40 degrees, so it can be really cold and still work for 2 full days. As you get closer to 0 degrees, it'll transmit for 3 days, and as you get warmer from there, it'll transmit even longer. But it meets all of the FCC and international specifications for Epirbs. The Satellite3 406 megahertz Epirb is an ideal choice if you don't want a GPS-enabled Epirb, but you want all of the features that are provided by the Epirb COSPAS SARSAT system. The ACR Satellite3 406 megahertz Epirb, like all ACR survival products, is of course available from West Marine.